National Football League.
Just about 8 miles inland from the warm waters of the Atlantic, we are inside Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Visitor sideline, a look at the Raiders head coach. His team comes in rested and ready off the mid-season bye week.
What it do, MC?
A welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Chase McLaughlin set to get it started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Second down, Murray. He'll step up and run this. Murray, the former baseball player, knows how to slide, and he does it here after picking up the first down.
Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got it. That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line. A big-time play for the Dolphins. And even 50 yards. Here's Achane. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
On the move, and they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
And he's into the end zone. What a start. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Miami. The PAT up and good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Everyone loves to dive into whether a bye comes at a good time, a bad time, and I really just think it's a matter of perspective. So here we got a team that was hot. They were rolling, multiple wins going into their bye week, and I can tell you what, the energy around that building, going into a bye, know you're playing really good ball, it makes that week a lot better, certainly, than the alternative. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On the ground, this is Ashton Genty, and he'll manage to get to the 33. Dean Winters there to bring him down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's to the 40, inside the 20, and he will score. Dante Thornton, touchdown Raiders. A touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Raiders come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Devon Achane to return it. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to possess the football for the second time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down.
Swim.
They go play action for Murray. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play. They go play action with Murray. Off balance throw. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22. Play action now. It's Murray. That's to the tight end, Elijah Higgins. And he'll take this one in. Elijah Higgins. Touchdown, Dolphins. His 4th TD grab of the season. No problem there on the extra point, and the Dolphins will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already just in this first quarter of play.
Here we go, set. Ready.
And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Raider first down.
Ready.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Yellow. 22.
First down, Las Vegas.
Set.
They'll look to throw. That is taken in left side by Thornton. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big-time play for Vegas. 41 yards. Space getting tight here. Down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. A run out of the gun for Genty. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Set. Hut. Flat. 95.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught by the tight end. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Vegas.
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Raiders will tie things up. We are all even at 14.
Chase McLaughlin set to
We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. On the return is Achan. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They've been able to move the ball with relative ease. Their first couple of possessions, both ending in touchdowns, but still they find themselves tied as they start with the ball again here on first down. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Murray. Now a screen set up for Achan. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
And the Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Well run with Achan. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that run.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. It is third and long. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He's putting together a very strong first half of the season. Currently the NFL leader in touchdown passing. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
A gain of 21 yards. And the first down.
They'll go again with Genty. Past midfield to the 45. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
First and 10 at the 30.
He'll look to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
Brings up second and 2 at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
Quick throw here on the RPO, caught by Thomas. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football. They begin with a third down and 3.
Ready. Set.
He'll try to pick it up with Genty. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's in. What a drive. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Las Vegas. McLaughlin good on the extra point. And the Raiders have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. On the return is Achan. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Dolphins offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And they're not going to even sniff the first down line there. They'll get 5 yards, but it'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Come on, set.
Back to throw. Over the middle. That's the tight end, Bowers. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 1st and 10.
Good for a Las Vegas 1st down.
Here we go, set.
He'll drop to throw. We'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Okay, right.
That's another Raiders.
They'll look to throw yet again. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And he will get into the end zone. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Raiders. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Raiders have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game.
Chase McLaughlin sets the kickoff.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. On the return is Achan. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achan. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
It's a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, it's Murray. And that is incomplete. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Miami. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Finding room at the 35. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A big play to kick off this drive. 39 yards.
First down.
Let's
A 39-yard
On
gain.
first and 10, they'll set up to throw. Pass caught right side by Thornton. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
yellow. 22. 10 cycles. Ready?
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass falls incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
Here we go. Ready.
Up the middle they go. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Cut, cut.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
First and goal, Raiders.
Striker. Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Vegas. McLaughlin now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Raiders add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. On the return is Achane. He'll get across the 20, bump him down to the 23-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. That one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
This is really becoming a key element to playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike. The ability to play off script and use your legs to extend the play. I think in this case, he either needs to tuck that ball down and become a runner, or he just simply needs to throw that ball away.
The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he is in the midst of an MVP-type season. NFL leader in passing yardage, and he's up over 3,000 now for the season.
Set. Ready. Set.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's caught by Bowers. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Raiders first down.
Now they'll set up to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Down. Cut.
Throwing now from the gun. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set down. He picked up the first down.
Gain of 6. And the Las Vegas
Classic.
first
6.
down.
Set. Hut.
First and 10 at the
Back to the air one more time. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Genty. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
at the 20-yard line.
Second down and 8.
Here we go. Set. Black. 90. Hut.
They'll look to throw again. A quick slant into the hands of Thomas. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
That's another Las Vegas first down. First and goal at the 3-yard
Come on.
line.
Set. Black 40. Hut. Hut.
Genty will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown.
Raiders.
What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. On the return is Achan. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready for this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They'll start on the ground. It's Achan. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the pistol, it's Murray. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Now the Raiders are going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Now Murray on 3rd and long. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. That's taken in at the 50. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. We'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further.
Okay, break. Ready. Yellow, slide blue. Set.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
Mike, this is an impressive run, especially considering the fact it was zone coverage. That's a lot of defenders with eyeballs in the backfield focused on the quarterback. So to be able to escape the pocket and pick up good yardage, really good play.
Here we go. Yellow, 10 black. Hey, that's your man, that's your man. White. Ready.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit.
Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the cover.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. That's Kirby Joseph, the hard-hitting safety, making a beeline to the backfield to record the sack. Slot man in motion right. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense and Brian Thomas set to take over yet again. And he's been as involved as anyone in the league in the middle part of the season, the NFL leader in receiving yards to this point. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Let's go. 10 sight. Blue 32. Ready.
We'll keep it on the ground with Genty. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Vegas.
First down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 42.
Now give on the ground. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Give them 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. They'll stay on the ground. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
At the 36-yard line.
Down. Ready?
Now Genty. He's got space inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready? Set.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another first down.
Okay, break. Come on, set. Set.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dax Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Higgins sent in motion. On first down, it's Murray. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain
Second and 5.
Brings up second and 5 at the 15-yard line.
On the RPO, he's just going to pitch this one forward, and he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, they felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So now the Dolphins turn it over to their field goal team. This a 42-yard attempt. No issues there. This one is good. And the Dolphins cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The Raiders offense ready to take over once again. This has been a team that has run the ball well all season long and has been more of the same so far in this one. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Ready. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Genty. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Hut.
They'll look to throw. Open man is Horton. He's got it. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 6. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. It's also a first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
Let's go. Watch out now. Safety Fury.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's into the hands of Thornton. And he's out of bounds. It'll be first and goal for the moment. There is a flag on the field. This one is coming back.
Still first down.
Here we go. Cut.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll get this complete to his tight end, Bowers.
Ready, go.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. Got a man. It's Thomas. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. He has been as good as any receiver in the league in the first half of the year, and to that point, he has gone over 1,000 yards, and we still have a lot of season left. What a start.
Ready. Set, cut.
Back to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he will get into the end zone. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 2nd touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ball.
And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Dolphins offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Achane. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that one.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. It's a designed run for Murray. And this sequence, not one to build on. They'll lose yardage on the 3rd down. And quickly, it brings up 4th down. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one hauled in by Thomas. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
13 yards on the play. And the Raider first down.
A run. Gentile. Oh, what a rush. Down inside the 30-yard line. That's another quick first down. And that's a 25-yard gain.
Raiders first down.
Ready.
Once again, it's Gentile. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. 4th quarter begins on the ground. Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal.
He's brought down at the 4-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Set, ready. 33, yellow. Striker, 3-3. Field, black. Cut.
He'll look to throw. Hit as he throws and is in. Complete, just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Right, 6, red, 38. Ready?
Throwing here on third and goal. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Raiders. That his second touchdown tonight. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Raiders stretch things out even further.
17. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. On the return is Achan. Whoa! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Brings up third and 2.
They motion a receiver right. Third and 2. Now Murray. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's good.
A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Dolphins first down.
45-yard line.
Murray's going to throw again. Big hitting slant there. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down. Again, it's Murray. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
First and 10 at the 11-yard
Still
line.
get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. On the ground, that is Brashard Smith. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Once again, it's Smith. And nothing's developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Murray on third down. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Miami. Now for the point after. He's got it. And the Dolphins cut into the lead a little bit.
Raiders 56. Dolphins 24.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kicks away. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set, ready.
They'll run with Genty. And this is going to be a Raiders first down. He'll get this up past the 40-yard line.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
Check White.
They'll go again with Genty. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. Second down.
The 45-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 50, green.
I got this.
Set.
He'll run the draw with Genty. There he goes, inside the 30. Wadarani brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he's got another one. Dante Thornton, touchdown Vegas. His big game continues. 3 touchdowns in this one, and now 15 for the year. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying, it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Dolphins offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a first and 10. He'll get this completed, man out of the backfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 31 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Murray now to throw on first down. And is open middle of the field. It is caught. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
What? 2-2.
First down throw for Murray. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Higgins sent in motion. Murray now on second down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Brings up third down.
Working out of the gun. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So now the Dolphins turn it over to their field goal team. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. That one is good. And the Dolphins will cut into that lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Hardman now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read. Seemingly 72 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Raiders will add one more onto their big lead.
Dolphins 47. Chase McLaughlin
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll begin this on the ground with Smith. And he skips away nicely for that first defender. It's a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Smith again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock is stopped, 55 seconds remaining here in the game. Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. They'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. And it's looking like the win streak to start the year is going to continue for another week. What a tremendous performance here as they are out to finish this one off.
6, Mega. Let's go now. Black 40. Ready.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll locate Thornton over the middle. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
That's another
Ready.
Raiders.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw yet again. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll look to throw again. He's got it at the 7, and this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. McLaughlin good on the extra point. And the Raiders add on to their already sizable lead.
Dolphins 27. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. One final play. He's going to take a shot down the field. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night from South Florida.